Hello and welcome to this special playoff edition of the Football Preview Show here on GameTimePA-TV. I'm John Buffone, and throughout this episode we'll be checking in with all of our GameTimePA reporters to break down the most interesting playoff matchups in their area. Let's start right here in Lancaster, where the number 3 Mannheim Central Barons will be hosting Spring Grove of the York Adams League on Friday. The Barons are coming off an emotional 21-18 victory over previously unbeaten Solanco, which gave them a share of the Section 2 crown. Quarterback Cody Kegerice had 3 touchdowns in that game and had this to say going into the playoffs.
Well, it just boosts our confidence knowing that we can still win against good teams with the guys that we have out and hurt, and we just keep moving on.
Meanwhile, Spring Grove eked its way into the AAA playoffs after defeating Quad A school Southwestern last weekend. Well, that's what's going on here in Lancaster. Let's see what's going on in the rest of South Central PA.
I'm Zach Miller from the Evening Sun in Hanover, and our game of the week is right here in our backyard in Hanover, where the Biglerville Canners are coming to town to take on the Hanover Nighthawks. This is a huge game between the two teams that split the Division III title in the YAIAA. Biglerville handed Hanover its only loss of the season 2 weeks ago by a 42-21 score. Other than that, Hanover is completely undefeated, and they'll be out definitely looking for revenge in this one. It's sure to be a good game, and we're really excited about it. For our other area teams, Southwestern is playing at Hempfield, and Spring Grove is playing at Mannheim Central. We'll see how all of our local teams fare in the first round of the state playoffs this weekend.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Arbogast alongside Lindsay Smith, and we're with GameTimePA Franklin-Fulton, and we are here to preview our one final team in the Football District 3 AAA playoffs starting Friday. Shippensburg, number 13 seed. They're going to travel to Solanco to take on the Golden Mules. They are ranked number 4. What do we see from Solanco?
I don't know much about Solanco, admittedly, but I do know they like to run the ball. They've only passed the ball 55 times total this year, so they got a lot of really powerful guys on the ground. So Shippensburg's going to have to tighten up their run defense, as well as their passing game's going to need to be on, which, I mean, Tyler Gustafson, Wade Mills, Cody Gustafson have been fantastic these last few weeks of the season. So.
And hopefully Zion Ware will be back. Zion Ware and Cole Freeze were both missing last week. I'd heard that Cole was going to be back. Still not sure about Zion, but hopefully that will help them if they do need to go to their run game. So
luckily, Shippensburg had Nathaniel Sheffield and Cameron Tinner to step up in the game last week against Greencastle. They had a great game last week, and they really stepped up and took the challenge head on.
They're going to need to play well.
Yeah, so. Absolutely.
So hopefully we'll be back here for another week.
Thanks.
Out here in Lebanon, where the district playoffs have brought about some county history, with 4 teams making the district playoffs for the first time ever. Beginning in Quad A, Cedar Crest at 5-5 has made its much publicized first district berth since 1999, and they will be traveling to number 3 Exeter, where they'll take on an Eagles team that head coach Rob Wilderson has described as very physical and deep. Moving down to AAA, Palmyra, after a hot 7-0 start, has dropped 3 straight and will meet Lampeter Strasburg on the road in a 5-12 matchup. However, their head coach Chris Pope had mentioned that the Cougars are getting healthy, and it should be a good game down in Lampeter. Also in AAA, Northern Lebanon, a number 15 seed at 8-2, will be traveling to number 2 Northeastern. Isaac Wanger has been arguably the best player in the county over the last month, racking up record numbers as the Vikings secured their 2nd straight Section 3 title. Meanwhile, down in AA, Anvil Cleona will be heading on the road to take on tough Berks Catholic team. The Little Dutchmen finished at 6-4 after a final week loss to Pequay Valley. It'll take a heroic effort from quarterback Adam Fox to leave Berks Catholic with a victory. That's it for here in Lebanon. Back to John in Lancaster.
Well, that about wraps up this edition of the Playoff Preview Show. Thank you for tuning in. For updates on all your favorite games, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And as always, enjoy the games this weekend.